In the most recent chapter of One Piece, 1081, Law is essentially left for dead by the Blackbeard pirates, with Beppo carrying him deep into the ocean in search of some kind of help. Now, considering Law's current health, and the fact that he is a devil fruit user being dragged into the ocean's depths, I feel like the potential for Law's death has never been more likely in the story. However, I would argue that this can't be the exact situation in which Law perishes in the story, for two main reasons. The first of these reasons is the trademark of all death scenes involving those with the D initial in the story. Their notorious death-defying smile. During both Roger's and Ace's last moments, their faces were covered with a smile. Even when Luffy thought he was about to die in Logtown at the hands of Buggy, he adorned the signature D smile. And Law's current situation, not only is he definitely not smiling, but he is nowhere near achieving the dream he set out to achieve. The dream of discovering the true history of the D clan. This may be a dream that he needs another to inherit for him, as is a common theme across the story. But it also leads me into my second point. The second reason that Law could not reach his end at this moment is the lingering potential of the immortality surgery. The immortality or eternal youth surgery was first mentioned all the way back during Dressrosa when Law was explaining the full extent of his power and what Doflamingo might have been actually after. To make mention of such an incredible power as immortality without ever utilizing it would simply be a waste by an author who rarely even wastes the minor details of their story. So, with both of these reasons in mind, it would make sense that Law's story does not end at Blackbeard's hands, but his altercation with Blackbeard does put him in a sort of situation where the potential usage of the immortality surgery is not irrational to consider. So, I ask the question, with the potential unbelievable power of immortality being implemented into the story potentially soon, it's worthwhile to consider who may Law grant this ability to. And I'm sure it's easy for many people to immediately assume that this would be Luffy. Granted that they already have the previous partnership, and Law certainly has some affinity for falling in line with Luffy's cause. However, Luffy does not feel like the character most fitting to inherit the dreams that Law is chasing. Instead, I'd actually argue there's another member of his crew that feels like a much more rational option to chase Law's aspirations. Robin. There's already been an underlying connection between Robin and Law's goals established through their travels together. Law decided to share with Robin, out of all people, his true name and his secret goal of pursuing the lineage that he lives in chapter 996. But the similarities of these two go all the way back to their first real introductions to the world government's power as children as well. In Law's case, with the plague containment and eventual termination, essentially, of the people of Fleavance, and obviously, in Robin's case, there's the tragedy of O'Hara. These two characters whose primary motivation is to learn and expose the secrets of the world government, the Void Century, and all taboo knowledge. They are already aware of one another's disdain for their common enemy, which, in my opinion, is likely one of the reasons that Law shared his private knowledge of his life and his goals with Robin in the first place. But the question still remains, why would Law choose to grant eternal life to Robin? And I think the answer to that question is also quite simple. Robin would then be immune to the threat of the world government silencing her for attempting to share the knowledge she finds. When thinking of those who worked to learn and expose the dark secrets of the past, such as Clover trying to reveal the ancient kingdom's name alone, their aspirations were cut short by the threat of death at the hands of the world government. But, being free of the threat of being silenced, Robin would truly become the devil child that the world government made her out to be, by being the one who airs out the dirty laundry of years of oppressive and tyrannical power that is currently holding the world hostage. So, do you think Law's death and the immortality surgery will be an impending event in the story soon? And if it's not going to be Robin, who else might Law consider to inherit his dream? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you feel like I missed any significant details related to this or disproving this, please make sure to leave those down in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one.